Welcome to Deplora, the next generation tool designed to revolutionize how you handle software deployment. Traditional deployment processes can be tedious, error-prone, and often require extensive manual intervention. Deplora changes that by automating deployment through cutting-edge AI technology. By harnessing generative AI, knowledge graphs, and real-time learning, Deplora delivers deployment plans that are not only efficient, but also tailored to your project's unique needs. In this demo, we'll show you how Deplora simplifies the deployment pipeline, from selecting your project to generating detailed infrastructure configurations, all with minimal effort from you. Watch as Deplora intelligently adapts to your environment, reduces errors, and accelerates your deployment process, making it more reliable and efficient. Let's get started. Let's begin with the Deplora home screen. Here, the user is presented with a clean, intuitive interface where the deployment journey starts. At the top, you'll find options to select a project, initiate a new deployment, or review previous ones. Now the user is selecting a project from a list of repositories linked to their account. This screen displays available repositories along with their respective branches. If the project you need isn't listed, you can easily add a new repository by entering its GitHub URL. With just a few clicks, Deplora sets up the project for deployment, associating it with the plan that will follow. In this step, the user provides the initial prompt for the deployment plan. The prompt can be as brief or as detailed as desired, allowing for flexibility in how the deployment is defined. If the user opts for a shorter prompt or leaves certain details out, Deplora will intelligently leverage the knowledge graph of the user's preferences to predict and fill in the missing information. This ensures that the deployment plan is tailored to the user's needs, even when the prompt lacks full specifications. After that step, Deplora takes over. It analyzes the selected project to identify deployment-related data, such as infrastructure requirements, dependencies, and configurations. Using this information, Deplora determines the best deployment strategy tailored to the project's specific needs. The system begins generating the deployment plan based on the chosen configuration. This step marks the beginning of a seamless, automated deployment process. Here, Deplora generates the deployment plan in code form. For instance, in this case, a Docker deployment plan for AWS is created. The code includes steps for building the application, setting up necessary dependencies, and configuring the environment for deployment. This automated generation takes the guesswork out of the process and ensures accuracy. In addition to the Docker configurations, Deplora also generates Terraform scripts. These scripts help configure AWS resources, such as IAM roles, ECS task definitions, and resource allocation like CPU and memory. The Terraform configurations ensure that the application is fully supported and scalable within AWS infrastructure. Once the deployment plan is generated, the user has the flexibility to make adjustments. The plan can be edited by providing additional prompts or by directly modifying the configuration files. Whether through natural language commands or manual file updates, Deplora allows users to refine the plan according to their specific requirements. This ensures that every deployment is fully customized to meet the unique needs of the project. The user then configures environment variables essential for the deployment process. This step ensures that all necessary configurations, like the AWS region and other project-specific settings, are set up properly, allowing the application to run smoothly once deployed. With the environment set, Deplora begins executing the CI pipeline. This step initializes Terraform and prepares the infrastructure for deployment. The pipeline's progress is tracked, providing real-time feedback to the user and ensuring that each step is completed accurately. As the pipeline continues, Deplora logs all activities, including the creation of AWS resources like the load balancer and ECS service. These logs show exactly how long each resource takes to provision, giving the user full transparency into the deployment process. At this stage, the system fetches the Elastic Container Registry, ECR repository URI, where Docker images will be stored. The log displays both the repository URL and the application URL, ensuring that the images are properly stored and accessible. Next, Deplora checks the ECS service status. The log confirms that the infrastructure matches the desired configuration, with no further changes needed. This step ensures that the ECS service is configured properly and ready to serve the application. Now that the CI pipeline is complete, the application is deployed successfully. The ECS service is running, and the user can access the deployed application using the provided ECS DNS name and service URL. If any errors occur during the pipeline execution, Deplora makes it easy to resolve them. The user can simply request a fix, and Deplora will automatically identify the files that need modification. The system will apply the necessary edits to correct the issues, ensuring that the deployment process continues smoothly without requiring manual intervention. This automatic error resolution helps reduce downtime and keeps the deployment pipeline on track. Occasionally, a brief 503 error might appear, indicating that the service is temporarily unavailable. This happens as the containers are spun up and the application is initialized. Rest assured, this is a normal part of the deployment process. Once the ECS cluster is fully operational, the application is now live. The ECS service status confirms that the deployed containers are running and serving the application, ensuring smooth and consistent operation. Finally, the application is successfully deployed and accessible via the browser. Here we see the Medicare service website live on AWS. This marks the completion of the deployment, showcasing how Deplora makes the entire process efficient and hassle-free. With its AI-powered platform, Deplora ensures that your deployment is faster, more reliable, and fully optimized for production.